Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. Today's video, I'm continuing my long series of ranking my 100 favorite albums all time, and I'm now to number 12 on my list. 12th favorite album all time is the album Tapestry by Carole King. Came out in 1971, a great year of music. And one of the all-time great albums, huge hit album. Yeah, it's amazing, and I'll get more into my favorite songs on the album and kind of some history on the album as well. So stay tuned to hear my thoughts here on Jason the Old Millennial. Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing well here on a Thursday kind of late afternoon. And yeah, going back to trying to finish my list of 100 favorite albums all time. It's been a little while since I've done one. Just so many other videos I've been making and live streams, and then of course the holidays just happened. So kind of getting back on track and definitely finishing this series hopefully pretty soon. And almost in my top 10 favorite albums all time. This is a list I made like 2 years ago, so my list has changed since then, but we're going to complete this list so I can redo the list when I do it again at a future time. But still, this is an album that definitely still be very high on my list. I think it's an awesome, absolutely amazing album, Tapestry by Carole King. I know I love this just photo of Carole King and a cat by a windowsill. I know Briar and Nick love this, probably love this cover, thanks to that cat there. But yeah, this is came out in 1971. This is Carole King's second studio album, actually, and it's by far her biggest album she ever came out with, and one of the biggest albums of all time, actually, both critically and award-wise and sales-wise. I mean, just did really well. In fact, I would say. I mean, this is one of those albums you look at it and you go, this is like a greatest hits album. I mean, almost every song is like a huge hit song for her. I mean, it's like, if you want to know anything about Carole King, get this album. You're going to get her best material on this. And of course, if you know Carole King, she started off as a songwriter. In the 60s, she wrote songs for other bands that took and made big hits out of it. So she's always been an excellent songwriter. Her and her husband were writing songs together, in fact. And then she's also, amazing piano player, amazing singer. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy that she's got all this talent. I mean, and that she finally came out with her own album here, and this is her second album. And it's like, wow, one of the most talented, singer-songwriters I've ever heard. Like I said, so many great ones. You start with I Feel the Earth Move, which is one of her biggest hits. It was a big single for her as well. It feels like every time I hear a Carole King song or I hear her sing live, she always sings this song. It seems to be one of her big signature songs. And it's one of her most upbeat songs too. It's got a really good piano beat to it, kind of a boogie sound to it. And it's actually probably one of my least favorite songs on the album. It's funny enough, even though it's a huge song for her. Like, I like her more pretty ballads. So I don't know, I'm not as into the song. It's okay. Big one, but then you got So Far Away, huge hit for her. It was number 3 in the adult contemporary charts, so it did very well. It's on the radio a lot. Just absolutely amazing song. Yeah, It's Too Late, which was a number 1. It's the only single that was number 1 off this album. Surprisingly enough, there's so many huge hits on here. But yeah, It's Too Late, another absolutely amazing piano kind of ballad song. Um, You've Got a Friend, I mean, absolutely huge hit. She's, of course, really good friends with James Taylor, and they would tour at this time. I remember saw a documentary last year, actually, about Carole King and James Taylor doing another tour or something like that, which was a really cool documentary because they play so well together, of course. And James Taylor, I think he plays guitar, I believe, on this song. And he liked it so much that he then did the song on his album and had a huge hit with it on his album as well, interestingly enough. Where You Lead is a good song and very catchy. And it's funny, I didn't know the song till I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is the theme to the Gilmore Girls. And I'm not ashamed to say I'm a fan of the Gilmore Girls. I've seen all the shows. Yeah, the theme song, and everything is this song. It's a really nice song, and I was like, oh wow, it came off of this album. Uh, so I have a lot of good memories of watching Gilmore Girls and hearing that song. Then you got Will You Love Me Tomorrow, another huge hit. Absolutely beautiful, great written song. Tapestry is a really good song off of here. It's the title song. It's not a huge hit song, not a radio song, but it was one of the maybe biggest surprises when I listened to this album and go, wow, I've never heard this song before. This song's amazing. Yeah, just another really great song. And then it ends with You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, which is interesting because I've always known it as a Aretha Franklin song. It's one of her big hits. And of course, she has a great voice and really belts it out, as Aretha Franklin does. But it was written by Carole King, and it's on this album. And Carole King's version is really good. Like, Carole King can really sing. Like, I feel like we don't talk enough about her vocally, because I think mostly when we talk about Carole King, we talk about her as this great songwriter, because she wrote all these songs back in the 60s era. And then, of course, writes all her songs on this album, I believe, and has huge hits off of it. And would go on to write big songs. But man, she can really sing. I mean, vocally, this album's amazing. Everything. I love the piano playing on this album. It's a great singer-songwriter album. Yeah, it just hits all of the buttons for me, I guess, what I like to listen to. Like I said, there's like 5, 6 huge hits off this album that I absolutely love on here. So yeah, definitely, to me, if you haven't heard this album, you gotta hear this album. It is one of the greatest albums of all time. Like I said, it was #1 in the US, of course. Huge album. It went 14 times platinum, which is one of the best-selling albums of all time in the US. I mean, yeah, like I said, that's huge, 14 times platinum. It sold a lot of records. On the Rolling Stones 500 greatest albums that they did in 2020, it was number 25, so they consider it one of the 25 best albums of all time. She was the first woman to win Song and Record of the Year at the Grammys for 2 different songs, which I thought was very interesting. She won Song of the Year for It's Too Late, and she won Record of the Year for You Got a Friend. So two different songs won Grammys on this album. She also won Grammy Album of the Year, of course, and also Best Female Pop Vocalist. So 4 Grammys in total. So big Grammy night for her. On that night. She's also the longest time in the charts by female artists until Adele's 21 album, which I've covered before on this channel. It's also in my top 100 favorite albums of all time. Another absolutely amazing album. So yeah, that's a long time, from 71 to whenever 21 came out, in the 2011 or something like that, I think. So you're talking 40 years or something like that. I don't know, of being the most charted or the longest time on the charts for a female artist. That's pretty amazing. It was a record for most weeks at #1 for a female. So yeah, she's breaking all kinds of records with this album. Like I said, yeah, it's a must album for anybody. I think anyway. So yeah, what can I say? Great album. And so I have to go to my top 3 favorite songs, which is very hard. Like I said, there's 6 or 7 songs that are just absolutely amazing, or 8 maybe, if I look at it. There's a lot of amazing songs on here. But #3, I'm going to go with Will You Love Me Tomorrow. Absolutely beautiful ballad, piano ballad, of course, like most of the songs on here. But I love the lyrics of the song about, that idea of like, you love me today, but will you love me tomorrow? That kind of worry that we all have when we're with somebody we love, and that idea that, someone can stop loving you in the future, and you don't want that to happen. But that's something that might, you know, be on your mind. Anyway, so it's a beautiful written song about that. But yeah, vocally just amazing. She really belts it out at points, and great melody and everything. Yeah, really, really great song. Number two, I have It's Too Late. Like I said, it's the #1 hit for her off this album. And it's another just really catchy song. Talking about, I guess, a relationship, it's too late, you know, the relationship's over. There's nothing you can go back to, but another really well-written song, of course. And again, just wonderfully written, great melody, piano's great. Yeah, another absolutely amazing song. And the #1, I have So Far Away. I mean, one of my favorite songs of the 1970s period. And it's a song about, yeah, being away from somebody you love, you know, and that, you know, longing for them. And oh, I just love that chorus, you know, you're so far away. It's just so beautiful. Why can't people be in the same place anymore or something like that? I wish you were right outside my door. I believe the lyrics. Yeah, so it's just a really lovely song about, you know, being away from the one you love and wanting to be near them and all that. Again, just beautiful written lyrics, great vocals by Carole King, and just, yeah, just an absolutely amazing song. It's hard to say, all three are just absolutely amazing. And I didn't even get into You Got a Friend is a really great song, and I Feel Like I'm a Natural Woman is actually really good. Even though I'm a man, I still enjoy that song quite a bit. But yeah, it's just, you can't go wrong with any of the stuff on here. It's just an absolutely amazing album. So I have here at number 12, Tapestry by Carole King. So please comment, what do you think about this album? Where is it on your list if you have it on there? Love to read any comments about what you think about the Carole King and Tapestry. And yeah, leave the comments. I really appreciate that. And just want to thank anybody watching this video. Thank you to anybody who liked it. And just a lot of thanks to all the subscribers of the channel. I really appreciate you all, and I hope you have a good day.